Hello, Virgo, and welcome to Hype Man Messages. My name's Alvin, and this is going to be a reading, another reading, quick reading for Virgos. Today happens to be November 15th, which is the new moon in Scorpio, but time is fluid, so I'm not going to put like November, mid-month, like it's just going to say Virgo, so that it resonates with you whenever you see this message. So that means you're intended to see the message at that time, right? If you're watching this on Instagram, you're only going to see the first 15 minutes. The link is in my bios to my YouTube where you can see the rest of the reading. And information is in the description on personal readings and such. I am going to start doing a $33.33, so $33.33 full readings for the holiday. So check those out when they come out. And yeah, we'll see what message we get here for the sign of Virgo. Let's talk about a little bit of astrology. So today is the new moon in Scorpio. Yesterday, Mars went direct, so Mars rules communication, so you probably felt like a boss. Today, you're probably feeling, well, when you see this, I hope you planted your seeds properly so you can manifest things that you wanted since Halloween. If you did that, then I promise you probably have a lot of new beginnings on your plate right now. I bet you this weekend felt a little bit more raw, a little bit more vulnerability, and like a different vibe, like especially if you're a Virgo moon, like you were like, what is going on? Like, why are things going so chill? But it's all about emotion. It's all about vulnerability. Things were just coming out naturally. Like there was an intensity of like an intense emphasis on romantic partners, on relationships, thinking differently, but vulnerability. Like I bet if you haven't and you haven't been vulnerable this weekend, try to be vulnerable this week, because you being vulnerable is going to open up someone else's ability to be vulnerable, and being vulnerable is the only way to being wholehearted. You can't be an amazing person without being a little bit vulnerable. It's not fear. It's actually confidence. It's courage. It's a lot. You're feeling this new moon in Scorpio. One of the most. Aries, Virgos, and Sagittarius are going to be feeling this the most. And let me see if there's any other details I missed. Thank God that Mercury retrograde is over, because Virgos are ruled by Mercury. So you might have been like in a weird funk, but now that that's over, you're good. But you should definitely embrace. If you feel uncomfortable, embrace it. If it's like a little bit like, oh, it's a little more raw than I'd like I'm giving too much detail than I'd like, it's probably a good thing. Go with it. I promise. Let's pull a message here. So I'm going to shuffle 3 times and pull from the top. Spirit. I've been doing something a little different here for these little quick readings. This is your overall energy. This is how you should interpret the card. This is what the underlying message and what you're not seeing. And this is what's taken messages from the past. And this is what we're looking forward to in the future. Bottom of the deck, you had an awakening. Something woke you up. You've been woke. You woke the fuck up. Or something clicked. A light in your bell. A light went off in your head. Someone sparked an idea. Or someone talked something about vulnerability and you spoke about something and you're like, oh man, that's really how I feel about something. But let's see what the overall card is. Oh, success, completion. This is also the card of marriage. So you could have found your soulmate this weekend, or that could be a possible case. But you're definitely feeling in a very positive vibe. Your energy is definitely in a celebratory type of vibe, right? Or if not, you should feel that way, because if this message resonates with you, then you've done something right. You did something right. You could have met your partner this weekend. How you should interpret this message. You left the bullshit. The bullshit has left. You let it go. Oh my God, that's amazing. You did exactly what we were supposed to do. If this resonates with you, you did exactly what you were supposed to do. On the full moon on Halloween, you were supposed to let shit go. Release what no longer suits you. Let it go so that you can allow for new things like marriage, new things like serious matters where you're celebrating. You planted your seeds properly. You let the bullshit go. How should you interpret this? Feel happy because you let things go. Be excited that you let things go. Celebrate that you let things go. What the underlying message is to hear. What you're missing. Something might not have gone the way you want it to. You probably thought like, oh, if I do this and I leave and I let these people leave my life because they're no longer suiting me, we don't have the same goals aligned. Maybe that, something happened differently than how it was supposed to happen. But keep in mind, just because it happened differently doesn't mean that that's over. There's still 2 cups over here. There's still love there. There's still opportunities. There's more opportunities than you think because you're so focused on what didn't go well that you're forgetting about the other 2 cups that are sitting here. So maybe it's saying that you might feel some type of way because you left a certain situation, but your overall energy is you should be celebrating that you left something that you might feel like, oh, did I make the right move? Again, now you're in this uncomfortable, you feel uncomfortable and you don't know what to do. That is where you're supposed to be. That's how you're supposed to feel. Virgo. And I have to say thank you. You guys were like the most watched video I've ever had, actually. I think that the algorithm was just like right on time. So you guys blew me up. Not gonna lie, and I'm a Virgo moon. So I learned a lot about myself this weekend. And I looked up, meanings of Virgo, especially being my moon. Like, what does that entail? I'm very excited for it. Definitely was a missing puzzle piece. I was focused on my Cancer, my Gemini, and I'm like, now I know why, Virgo. You did that to me. What's in the past? There might have been a bitch. This is my bitch card. I'm sorry. Queen of Swords, Libra. Behind you. So there could be something sharp that that it's in the past. Something that that's in the past. Some form of communication that's in the past. That you're like, okay, I know what that's about now, and I left it. You left it behind you. Right? What's to come? Spirit is going to be generous with you. Like I said, you planted your seeds properly. You did the right thing that you were supposed to do, and now Spirit is going to give back. You're going to have, whether it's finances, you're going to have enough to give back to others. You're going to be balanced. This is the generous card. You're going to be generous, or someone's going to be generous with you, and that's what you should be celebrating. That you left something behind. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about leaving this bitch card behind, whoever this is. This sharp, like, angry energy. Can be angry, but like knife at your throat. Like, you left it behind you. Let it be there. Now Spirit's going to be generous with you. Maybe you elevated your spirituality here with this awakening. Maybe you elevated something. You definitely left something behind, and you should not feel bad about it. Let's go ahead and pull some Monology cards and see what we get here. We'll pull 3, and then I'll clarify each one. One more shuffle, I'll pull from the top. See what we get. Your hard work is paying off. Definitely, that's awesome to hear. Whatever hard work you put into self, hard work that you put into relationships, hard work that you put into their projects, hard work that you put into things that make you happy. All beneficial, right? Let's clarify this card. Let me get one card to clarify. Your hard work is paying off for Virgos here. Tell me more about this. It's 3 cards. I'll take that. You were patient. You let shit go, and you put courage into something. This is telling me about the hard work you did. You learned patience. If this sounds like your story, let me know. If not, let that be a sign. Have a little bit more patience. Be a little bit more patient. Let the shit go that needs to go. Let it walk out the door. You need to have courage. You need to have vulnerability. You need to have, don't try and tame the beast. Let the beast tame you. We all have an inner beast. Be patient with yourself. There might be things that you might feel broke for a little bit, but just know that Spirit's going to be generous with you at some point. That's nice. That's a nice message. Fiery climax approaches. Something's about to get spicy in your life, whether it's a love relationship here. It could be with an Aries. It's on the full moon and Aries card. It could be, if it's a financial thing, Or it could be a Taurus that's coming your way. Fiery climax approaches. It could be an aha moment. It could be a learning lesson. The Hierophant is a leader. It could be a spiritual advisor, but it also can be like a professor. It could be learning something. You could be teaching something. So you're about to learn, or you've learned so much through this process that now it's your time to shine. Now that climax is about to happen because you learned your lesson, period. And you're not going to repeat cycles because you let the shit go. It's not coming back, I promise. Your commitment is being tested. See, you were being tested this whole time. You were being tested this whole time, and I think that you officially have learned your lesson. That's kind of what I'm getting here, right? Let's clarify this card. Your commitment is being tested. Can we clarify that? Ooh, your King of Cups. Emotions. Your commitment was being tested, and your emotions were being tested. And oh my God, I can resonate with this so much. Like the situations where you probably were too vulnerable, and you put too much emotions out on the table. And you spoke too much about your toxic relationships in the past, and your codependency issues. And like, you know, there's certain things that you should leave in the past. Like, leave that shit in the past. You are now in a calmer place. That you do not need to bring that up. The past does not define you anymore. That's what this new moon is all about too. Like, I bet you a lot of people woke up and was like, fuck that shit. I don't remember that. That doesn't define who you are. And your commitment was being tested, and now it's trying to say that you're emotionally stable. If this sounds like your message and you want to go deeper into this reading, I don't do extended, but we can do a personal reading to kind of go further and like talk about this, and we can talk about that past if you want. And we could talk about this learning lesson, or this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces that's here. There could be a Leo, there could be a Sagittarius, and there could be a Taurus. I hope this message resonates. It could be a Capricorn as well, or that could just be talking about the toxic relationships in the past. A lot of people here. You're busy Virgo. I hope this message resonates with you. And if it does, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, Virgo. Thank you for your support.